The B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
All right, so Drip's still a little bit behind. There is news.
The guys on Discord were talking about the Inui fight being...
Oh, the
announced.
37-year-old guy? Yeah.
Yeah, disappointing.
It's yes.
But it is in Tokyo, so...
Maybe you'll get on the lottery this time.
Maybe.
Man, there's I guess while we wait for him, I can pull up these other cards in Europe throughout last week.
Yeah, I tried. There was a lot of boxing on the zone.
Yeah,
I
there
tried
was.
to catch the highlights, but...
Yeah. No, I regret watching the entire Golden Boy card. It's a fucking waste of my time, but I did catch Jazza Dickens. You know what? That's your fucking news section. Jazza Dickens won a fucking fight. There you go. So, let's get to it. Welcome back to the Boxing B-Sides. The B-Sides were the fucking A-side. Last night, boys and girls, I was fucking front row of the press section. Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, those pictures you sent, like, those were killer seats. I was so jealous.
Yeah, the elevated platform. I've been to matchroom fights, and and it's usually, I get seated in the rafters or whatever, so I usually have my little binoculars or whatever with me. And the last time I was in that arena, the Footprint Center was for Munguia and Ryder. And floor seats meant on the floor, but this elevated platform they gave us, it was fantastic. It's like if Koyazo had been on that, I would have been able to see his head. That's how good it was. And he's a very small person. But let's get into the shit. Yeah, I was at BAM Estrada. Thank you, Matchroom, Mr. Lever. I appreciate you hooking me up. All right, let's get into some recaps real quick. We're going from June 17th to last night, the 29th. Well, last night for me in the US. Really quick, just I want to do more integration with our compatriots over at Ultimate Casual. So just some MMA talk real quick. There are 3 fights in particular I want to point out. First is Peyton Talbot. I would liken it to Abdullah Mason. That level of quality in a prospect. That is what we're talking about here. If he goes to the ground, he's going to fuck you up. If you stand up with him, he's going to fuck you up. This kid is special. He is seriously special. I cannot overstate how special this, seriously, this kid is something. If you're not, even if you don't like MMA, you can watch this guy and you'll be entertained. Even if he grapples, you'll be entertained. This kid is serious. So there's him.
You have me convinced. I'll have to go look up some highlights. I've never heard of him because I don't watch UFC, but...
Yeah, and that's actually kind of the point of the crossover talk is you are the target audience. Like, you watch boxing, you're a fucking hardcore boxing fan. And so you are the type of person that I want to convince to check out. You don't have to watch the whole card. Just check out his fight in particular. This guy is special. He really is. Isaac and Nathan, we're all in the when we were talking about the card previewing it, I said, if you want objectivity, go somewhere else, because you're not going to get it from me. Peyton Talbot is going to fuck this dude up. I don't care. I really don't care who you put in front of him at this point, except maybe the ranked dudes. But yeah, you put whoever in front of him, he's going to fuck him up. He's that good. Moving up the card a bit, Ian Machado Gary gets the decision over Michael Venom Page. I'm not sure how to put this, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how to contextualize this for.
Hello, lads and lasses.
What up, dog?
Hey.
Where are we?
I'm just going through some stuff from UFC 303 first.
Okay.
So, like I was talking about Peyton Talbot, he's a prospect, hot, fucking red, white, whatever color, hot prospect you want. He is him. I'm telling you, he is him. Ian Machado Gary getting the decision over Michael Venom Page. I honestly, I need to talk to Nathan and Isaac. They know MMA way better than me.
I think that was a fair. It was either going to be a tie or Ian Gary winning, but MVP was not going to win that.
Right. Like Gary proved himself finally.
He knew what to do. He just knew he had to wrestle fuck him, and that was his key.
You're
to
not going
victory.
to outstrike MVP. Sorry, buddy. Like Gary's not terrible in striking. He's a pretty solid kickboxer, but like you're not going to outstrike MVP. He's too unorthodox, and you're too much of a to fight with MVP.
Yeah, he knew his game plan to win, and he did what he had to do.
Right. He got the job done.
I think he ate a few clean shots. I think if MVP was a little more active, like I don't think he even threw like 25 punches that entire fight. Like I think that whole
what weight class is Madalena, the Aussie dude?
Jack Madalena, I think.
Yeah, Jack Madalena.
I think 170. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too familiar.
Because I feel like they're in a close enough range where that's the kind of fight I'd like to see both of them in. They're both at that same level of like about to break into the top.
I just think I don't know. I was not a fan of MVP from the jump. I just think that whole like how far are you really gonna go with that like point karate like fighting style? Like is it flashy and fun? Sure.
Yes. But
you get someone who knows how to wrestle or take you down.
He already got fucked up in Bellator or wherever he was at before UFC. He was trying to showboat a little bit and he got caught. It's happened more than once, so I don't know.
I don't think he was ever that like is he fast? Sure, but like I don't think he was ever that good. Like I think he built a career off crushing cans, and at 37 years old, Dana said,
could you refer to him as maybe like Roy Jones, where once the athleticism wore off with age, now the allure is gone? Is it? I think that might be hyperbolic, yeah, but
it's a little hyperbolic, but I see where you're coming from on that.
Right.
I'm trying
to draw boxing parallels for our beloved listener, whoever that one person might be.
Yeah, I just don't think. Like, what's next for MVP? Like, you're 37 years old. Like, he's not going to win a title. Like, I don't think he's going to be a title contender. He's
absolutely not.
Like, I just don't know what's next for him or what plans Dana White had for him.
I don't know, rematch. What was the dude he debuted against?
Kevin Holland.
Right. Yeah, him. Rematch. I don't know. Like, but that's like the level he seems to be at. Easy to be a big fish in a little pond. To finish it off, Alex Pereira, AP, stoppage right at the beginning of the second. Like, he finished the first really strongly. It was a pretty, I don't know, feeling out round for like 5-minute rounds. It was like 4.5 minutes of feeling out, and then AP is like, "Yeah, I'm done with you. Let's just let's go home. I'm done." And Prohaska didn't have an answer.
Just to kind of go back to it real quick for MVP and Ian Gary.
Go ahead.
MVP threw 21 strikes that entire fight. Ian Gary threw 19 strikes that entire fight. So that was the low output fight. But Ian Gary had 2 takedowns and 2 submission attempts, so that got him the win.
I'm gonna say skip that. If you're a boxing fan trying to cross over, you want to make an effort, this is not where you start. Go to watch Peyton Talbot or watch AP. That dude's a fucking monster. Or I'll be bringing up later on when there's good ones like ONE FC, the Muay Thai cards or the kickboxing title fights. Like those are, if you're
kickboxing's a lot more fun to me.
You know what's interesting? I was talking with Romeo and Red today about that before they left, and they were saying that like once they start throwing legs, that's when they're like, I don't know if I really like this anymore. What do you think, Shanada? Because you're, like I said, you're the target demo here.
I like kickboxing. I would watch
So does
At
Neon
least
too.
highlights of Muay Thai and stuff. The Dutch kickboxing league is fucking crazy, but it's not boxing.
Right.
Boxing's my favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
Muay Thai is impressive and stuff, and I don't like the wrestling, so anything where they have to stand up is better to me.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't get.
the
I know it
grappling part.
takes skill and stuff, but it's like watching soccer. I don't understand, and it's slow, and I don't like it.
So I was when we were talking about it, I brought up the like the contradiction where MMA when it's a heavy grappling fight, I fucking hate it. But with ONE FC, they have specific grappling fights. It's just grappling. There's the pound for pound grappling guy is with ONE FC, and when like watching him grapple is awesome. But I think it's because like this is a pigeonhole, right? All he can do is grapple, whereas these MMA dudes, like you have the option to knee each other in the mouth. Do that instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Muay Thai with the throws and then standing them back up and stuff. That's really fun to watch. And the elbows,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
when,
the
like,
elbows are terrifying.
When they kick a leg out from under somebody, it's fucking brutal watching them do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and then the like spinning back elbow to the temple that they land every once in a while. I really like Muay Thai, but it's hard to find to watch on TV.
Well, we have this super awesome sister show. It's called Ultimate FN Casual that you can, beloved listeners, you can check that one out if you want to hear more about MMA. And I specifically bring up Muay Thai and kickboxing because that for boxing fans who always say I would watch MMA, but the grappling, I don't like grappling. Well, here it is. This is what you want. You want
to be fair, sorry, not to cut you off. To be fair, like there are some boxing fights that are just really fucking boring. Like prime example was Teal's fight yesterday. Like,
oh my god,
that was a damn snooze fest. So it's like
I was gonna say
every
Teal
combat
or
sport,
Teal last night or Shakur.
Yeah, every combat sport's gonna have its like
stinkers.
Snooze fest. Like,
yeah,
that's just the way the game is. Like,
some people are just like that.
If you don't like UFC, if you don't like grappling, there's a high proportion of UFC fights that are boring though.
100%.
Yeah, that's fair. I can agree with that. But as we transition out, I'm just gonna say, as much as I've gotten into MMA for Ultimate FN Casual, no MMA stoppage has ever gotten me nearly as hype as I have for a boxing, like a stoppage or like even a close stoppage where like dudes rocked on the ropes and like I lose my mind. I was struggling in the fucking press section yesterday.
See, I don't know, because at UFC 300 when Max Holloway slept just in the last final seconds,
that is the exception. That is the exception, not the rule.
We were at my friend's apartment, and I think we woke everybody up with how much like we screamed and jumped.
Fair point.
It was just
that is fair point. Yes.
Yeah, there are some anomalies where like it will be a banger like that, but I get what you're saying. Like boxing kind of has more of that like
it's
on the edge feeling.
It's my first love, so I'm always going to feel more hype.
For
boxing
sure.
than I will for MMA.
I'm showing my age. Lyoto Machida with the crane kick knockout.
Dude,
I watched that one in the bar.
Are sick.
Oh my, Machida was my favorite. I would go watch UFC with my friends for Machida, but he was a stand-up guy. Like, he didn't wrestle much. But when he crane kicked, I don't even remember who it was, and just slept him, that was my, like, UFC.
Let's move out of here to the boxing, because that's what we're here for.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Right. So, Friday, June 21st. There was a top-ranked card at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. I think this place is new. I've only heard of it in the last, like, year and a half, 2 years. But there were more fights on the card. If you want, go to the website, luxmediashows.com, and you can check the calendar. If you want to see all the results, you could go there. But the ones that were important to me And if you don't like it, make your own podcast. Troy Isley, UD over Javier Martinez. Shanada, we were talking about this one where this was Troy Isley needed to break out of the amateur habits, right?
Yeah. He was just not going for damage. He was going for points.
He was still doing the amateur shit with Bomac telling him, like, bro, you have it in your hands. Like, why are you not letting your hands go? And I figured out your brother was Blair Cobbs. For me, is Troy Isley. That's my weird fixation.
Yeah.
I've been watching him since he debuted in the pros, though. Like with the times I've been press for top rank cards, so I've been watching him for a long time since he debuted, I should say. So I don't know why I want Troy Isley to I want him to do it because I really do think he can, and that's just the fucking Stan, the hopeless Stan in me saying that he can do it.
I do that with mid boxers all the time.
Right.
Everybody on Discord knows I have my favorites that make no sense, and I will die telling people to go watch those.
Yeah, we were talking about like Xander Zayas, how you and I we were agreeing, like we want him to be good, but he's just not.
He's just not.
He just isn't.
Yeah.
And like that's what it is with Troy Isley. Like I don't know what I got to do. Do you want me to send you like a card before your fights saying like you are awesome, you can do it, or something? I don't know. What do you need? Tell me, Troy, because I want to help you.
It's really adorable, but you can actually do that in Japan. Every boxer has a website where you can just send them like money and a message, and they hand it to them at the beginning of the fights, especially in Korakuen, where it's usually like prospects. Yeah, wow, they hand them really cool. A little envelope that has, I assume, all the messages. I assume the money gets put directly into their accounts.
Yeah,
but it's an envelope of your supporters, like, do well.
Yeah, all your well-wishers. That's cool.
Yeah.
Moving up, Abraham Nova. I'm pretty gutted because Nova, he lost 6-4, 7-3, 7-3. UD, and I completely disagree. Those cards should be reversed. I don't know what the fuck what those judges were watching. Cortez did not win that fight. I know the judges are the problem. It's not you, but I'm gonna blame you anyway.
The jobbing.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. But Abraham Nova, he looked good. He was rebounding from that super close loss. He just got squeaked out by Oshaki Foster. So this was the get back, and he looked good. And man, boxing's gonna boxing. God damn it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now Espinoza versus Chirino Sanchez. I don't know. I didn't know what to expect because I'd only seen Espinoza versus Robesi, but this dude's like 6'2" at fucking featherweight or something like that. It's ridiculous.
That's disgusting. That is malnourishment.
But Espinoza makes that shit work. He was apparently injured during the Robesi fight. He still made it work. And then here is where like he showed his depth, his breadth. He showed how wide his skill set is. Am I being hyperbolic here? But I was really ecstatic about his performance. What do you think?
I always like Espinoza. I've only seen, I think, 3 of his fights, but he looks so awkward, but he actually fights tall. He's not like, what's his name?
Fundora?
Yeah, like, he's still fun and exciting, and he's not just jabbing people to death, but he does use his height without being boring, which is refreshing.
That's what I was talking about with Red and Romeo when they were here, was Espinoza. Like, he's like what Fundora should have been or could have been if he knew how to use his physical attributes to his advantage.
Like, but he also isn't just like jab, keep you out there.
He can
it's
fight
still
inside.
fun to watch.
It was super. Like the knockdown came when he went inside with Sanchez, and he caught he turned his like head to roll the punch, but also threw a hook with it, and that's where the knockdown came from. It was really cool. The first knockdown before the stoppage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like Espinoza.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see more. It's like a Ray Vargas without being shitty. So like we have a wrinkle, a solid wrinkle at featherweight here. Oh man, him versus Figueroa. Like that is something.
That would be a weird fight.
That is, yeah, because they're both of them are used to being taller and longer than everybody that they face. That is something.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Interesting, awkward, yeah, for sure. But
fun. But it will be fun.
All right, moving on to the 22nd. This one was in the UK. I didn't watch it because I
didn't watch it either.
If you like British people, then I don't know. Go do that. But
Serial, we like you though.
I really do. That's my guy. I like him a lot. But I don't give a shit about these particular, like this next gen shit. I don't care. Sorry, buddy.
Nope, don't care enough for it.
But
I watched. There was nothing worth going back and watching.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I was gonna go just really quickly for top lines. Cameron Vuong, his name has come up on this podcast at least 4 times that I can remember, and it's probably more. Emma Dolan gets the decision over Shannon Ryan. I think that
this one was actually worth watching.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You pointed this one out last time we talked.
Yeah, I called it exactly backwards. But I thought Shannon Ryan had it, but it was close. And Emma Dolan, I hadn't seen at all, I don't think. And apparently she's a kickboxer.
Oh, well. That's more common in Europe.
Yeah. And anyways, this one is worth watching. It was an exciting women's fight for sure.
I was talking about that with Romeo and Red. Is like when you have a good woman, and then all you can really do is just watch her beat up nobodies pretty much for a few years before somebody comes along.
That was not what this was.
Yeah.
Though. If I'm remembering right, there was a knockdown or two as well.
So finishing up, Lewis Crocker, UD over Kona Walker, and then Tyler Denny gets, I think this is a doctor's decision in the 5th.
Yeah.
Over Felix Cash. So there you have it. All right, on July 6th in the UK at the Copperbox Arena, from the bottom up, Maisie Rose Courtney versus Yasmina Sapo. Oh shit balls. A for effort. It was just a fucking.
I think it's Zapochna.
Zapochna. Yeah, you're. I'm done. I'm sorry. John Hedges versus Lewis Oakford. The ladies were 10-round flyweights. This is 10-round cruisers. Reese Bellotti, I've seen his name around quite a bit. Levi Giles, 12-round super feathers, or 130s, I suppose. And Johnny Fisher versus Alan Babbage. Somebody called Ols. It's Babbage. This is your guy right here.
Somebody this morning said they grabbed a ticket for this. I can't remember which person on Discord. Honestly, I think this is gonna be fun.
It'll be fun.
If I lived anywhere close, I would love to go.
Fun shitty scrap.
If the tickets were less than 50 pounds, no, because it's pounds, 40 pounds. Yeah, I'll take it.
Robbie said he grabbed a ticket.
Of course. I fucking knew it. Of course it's Robbie.
Wait, was Robbie? Oh, yeah.
No, not this one. No, I misread. Sorry. He got a ticket to Joyce versus Chisora.
Also, of course, it's Ravi. Of course, it is.
Yeah,
I'd go to that though.
No,
I would
sorry,
go to that too.
Joyce
I
versus
misread when I woke up this morning.
I would absolutely go to that too. Fuck, I would prefer to go to that than to Johnny Fisher versus Alan Babbage.
I think Fisher versus Babbage, the crowd is going to be more fun than anything. Like, there's probably going to be 3 crowd fights,
Joyce,
at least.
Joyce is a fan favorite for whatever reason, and Chisora.
I love Joe Joyce. He seems so nice.
And he's the one. He's like a painter. His degree was in art, like fine arts.
That doesn't surprise me.
Don't they say that Dubois is also like super nice and just weird when he tries to be a bad guy?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to be mean.
Go find a British person to translate for you.
Speaking of British person translating, I'm gonna need a British person to translate Johnny Fisher and Alan Babbage. I know their names. I've seen them fight several times. And is this anything more than like fan service? Is that what this is?
No, I don't think so. I think this is fan service, and I am all good with that.
Yeah.
But I also don't know who's gonna win, so it's not going to be a skill competition.
For the sole purpose of supporting Ols, I'm going with Babbage, but I don't really care.
I also don't particularly care, but Babbage was so sad on social media after his loss that I would prefer Johnny Fisher to lose, and then they're even.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Well, now my bleeding little heart, I don't know what to do. I just hope they have fun. I just hope everyone has a good time.
I bet you it's going to be great.
Yeah, all 10 rounds, I'm going to score them all 10-10, 100 points to 100 points at the end. Everybody wins.
I don't see it going to the scorecards.
I don't either. It's like a wild, low-level heavyweights, so anyone can get touched at heavyweight, so...
Yeah, and they can both crack.
Right.
So...
And like that's the thing about heavyweight. Anyone can touch you, and if they do, they can hurt you. Just everybody's big enough weight behind the punch.
Yeah. Anyways, I am actually unironically a little excited for this one. For a included with your subscription fight on DAZN, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah. All right. Moving along. Same day. In the U.S. in the evening, in Newark, New Jersey, Shakur Stevenson. Yep. All right, from the bottom up, let's go here. Keith Colon is debuting versus Hunter Turbeville, 4-round featherweights. Abdullah Mason. If you're not watching Abdullah Mason, you fucking should be. If you think of yourself as a hardcore fan and you don't know who Abdullah Mason is, I need you to reconsider that hardcore status. And then either you're going to watch Abdullah Mason or you're not. Either way, we're gonna do like a hardcore fan check here. He's facing Luis Lebron, 8 rounds at lightweight. God damn it, Abdullah Mason's so fucking awesome. I'm not sorry. I'm not objective about him. I'm not ever going to be. Kelvin Davis. This is one of the KD or the KD3 brothers, I believe. Kelvin Davis was on Pro Box recently, stunk one out and got a robbery decision. He's fighting Kevin Johnson, 8-round welterweights. William Foster III versus Erickson Garcia, 10-round super feathers. Keyshawn Davis, the businessman, versus Miguel Madueno, 10-round lightweights. I've given up on trying to hype up Keyshawn as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, that career is on its way to the bin. That's it.
He's plateaued early, and it's difficult to make a case for him. He continues to turn in poor performances or less than stellar. He underachieves where the expectations are not that high. He just doesn't live up to the expectation. It's unfortunate because Keyshawn...
Do you think he can't, or does he fight down to his competition?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I'd say it's a mix of both.
Because, like, with Pedraza, he took Pedraza seriously, despite him being... Oh, Pedraza's like my age. God damn it. I was about to say Pedraza
Super
being
fucking
ancient.
old.
Yeah, being ancient. But yeah, with Pedraza, he took Pedraza pretty seriously, and that was a really good performance out of Keyshawn. But anytime he's had, like, what, Anthony fucking Yigit? And come on, dude. Like, you need to be the guys that these type of dudes that are being put in front of you. These are the kind of guys that you're supposed to be getting out quickly. That's the point. But
yeah,
there you go. That's Keyshawn. Moving up, co-main, Oshaki Foster versus Robson Conceição. This is his fourth attempt at a world title. This one's not going to go any better for him than the others did.
Unfortunately not.
As much as I do enjoy Robson Conceição hitting his very spirited performances, this is it just might not be in the cards for you, my man. I'm really sorry.
But I would love to see it.
I
agree. I think it's unlikely, but if Conceição pulls it off, it would be so amazing.
That would be a huge fraud check on Foster. It's not that Conceição is terrible, but he's not stellar. Not like an elite level kind of guy that can upset you if you're not properly engaged. I don't know.
Yeah, like, he's always a live dog in the fight, but you don't expect him to win these big fights.
Mind your P's and Q's and you'll beat him. But if you don't take him seriously, then he can upset you. But
I also just don't like Oshaki Foster very much, so I'm going to be cheering for Conceição.
Do you have a problem with fish? Nobody? All right, cool. Moving on.
Lost me.
Shakur Stevenson versus Artem Harutyunyan for the WBC lightweight title.
Why is he fighting someone at number 40?
That's BoxRec, for whatever that's worth. But
still,
he fought Frank Martin and gave Frank Martin a decent scrap. So I don't know. Make of that what you will. Shakur Stevenson's fighting fucking Frank Martin's leftovers.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's pretty damning.
Why is Stevenson fighting someone who's 12-1?
Yes. This is the most credible opponent that they could get. Just my guess.
Another career going to bin.
And it's one of those situations where it's like you know that you're watching a diamond, I don't know, covered in mud being thrown into the bin, when you know that if you just
off-colored, gross yellow diamonds, though.
Perhaps.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, then you call it champagne. A champagne diamond.
You think you find a diamond in the rough. Turns out it's just cubic zirconium. It's not even real.
Well, it could be. It could be great if it had wanted to be, but it doesn't seem to want to be.
It didn't want to be great.
God damn it, Diamond. You're supposed to be better than this.
It's easier just to talk shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
Anything more for Top Rank at the
a diamond with a real big flaw right through the middle of it that you can't cut out.
Yeah.
That's a good... Yeah, I don't know. Stevenson's so damn boring. Like, I'll watch it because I feel like I have to, but I'm not going to be excited about it.
I don't know. What's strange is that, or what bothers me is that I know that he can be exciting if he wants to be. It's not because how he fights is exciting necessarily in and of itself, but if you have an aggressive opponent who is willing to try, then Shakur Stevenson looks fucking awesome. Like the way Frank Sanchez, pretty fucking boring, but in and of himself. But when you throw him in with F.A. Ajagba, given the context in that fight, like F.A. Ajagba was this super big power threat. So Frank Sanchez, being who he is, looked really cool. Shakur Stevenson, similarly with Shuichiro Yoshino. He's not like Yoshino's like this amazing dude that nobody had ever heard of, but Yoshino was willing to try. He was willing to continue trying even if he wasn't succeeding. And Stevenson working in that framework was exciting. For me, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Am I off my rocker here?
I just find Stevenson boring all the time.
That's fine.
I am more excited to watch Fisher Babbage than I am to watch Shakur Stevenson.
I mean, kind of to your point, he can be exciting. Does he want to be? Nah, he probably try to play it safe.
Doesn't seem like he wants to be, and that's the problem. He can be, he just doesn't want to. And I
wonder if Stevenson, kind of like Keyshawn, just, they hit a point of like popularity, fame, money, and are kind of like, just gonna cruise, maintain, don't really care much anymore.
It's upsetting because Shakur Stevenson could have been like a generational level talent.
Well, on to the next guy.
I'm never excited for him. I'm never excited for a Stevenson fight.
Let's get back to the previews. MMA stuff. There is only a UFC Fight Night card coming up on the 6th, and then there's nothing on the 13th. It's a Fight Night card. There is not a lot going on. If you like Rose Namajunas, she's not who she was 5, 6, 7 years ago. But Tracy Cortez, if you're a gentleman of fine tastes like RJ, then you're gonna want to watch Tracy Cortez. That's all.
Yes,
that's the best way I can put it. But we'll be breaking down the whole card over on Ultimate Effing Casual. So if you want to hear more about like random shitters at the UFC Apex, you can go check that out over there. All right.
I am actually a little slow. I just realized you call it Ultimate Fucking Casuals because it shortens to UFC.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. You just got that?
I just got that looking at your outline.
Please.
Oh, no.
Stupid. I am very smart. I am not very clever. Those are two different things.
You're absolutely right. But yeah, Ultimate Effing Casual, Ultimate Fucking Casual. I got that name from Discord, where that's what anytime MMA fans would come in, that's what we would call them, is Ultimate Fucking Casuals.
I've heard that a lot. I just never put together that it was UFC.
That's so funny.
Do we want to jump into the Shisei card in Kokugikan in Tokyo? This is the punch. To me, this is the Punch Burger card. Sorry, Kazuto. Sorry, buddy.
When I bought the ticket, I didn't even know Yoko was fighting.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's fun. So who are these other two names at the bottom you have here? Taiga Kato versus Shi Dong?
Yeah, I've seen Kato before at Korakuen, I think. He's one of the younger prospects that they're bringing up. Shi Dong is Chinese, and you don't see them bring very many people in for the young guys. So I think they're trying to move him along pretty fast, actually.
And he's 5-2?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know. One of his losses was at the Japan-wide prospects night that I went to.
Yeah, it's like last September or something.
Yeah, he lost in, I think, the co-main event, I want to say. And I don't know what the other loss is. And then that other fight, I actually don't know who either of those two guys are. They were just on the card. So. Oh,
well, there you have it. And then Punchburger is Wirawat Nulai. God damn it, Tyler.
Yeah.
Can you help me out here? Throw me a fucking bone.
Anyway, I'm super excited to go see Punchburger. I even ordered one of his t-shirts. So
when you order a ticket for a Japanese event, do you get the option to, I don't know, to specify who you're going in particular for?
So Like with the really big events, like the Inoue fight, no. But with these slightly smaller, but I would argue still big, like there's a world title match on this card. I actually just had to bank transfer money directly to Punchburger.
Excellent.
So yeah, you go to his website, you order a ticket, and then they email you his bank account information to send him money.
Oh,
It sounds a little like steals information.
yeah.
The first time I did it was my very first fight in Japan. It was Ogawa, and I actually asked like 4 different people. I was like, is this a scam? Like, am I being scammed? But no, that's just pretty normal. You pick your favorite, and when you're filling out the form, so you say what ticket you want. In my case, I also wanted one of his t-shirts, so I had to pick which color t-shirt and the size.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also a thing that's like, would you basically like to send a tip? And you can just give them
For what?
like a gratuity, like a good luck gift of whatever you want. So I think the minimum is basically $10.
What the hell? Yeah, here's a tip. Win your fight.
American. Yeah, basically.
I think weren't we talking about it before, where like they get a little note card or whatever that has everybody's well wishes?
Yeah, lots of times you see them hand them an envelope in the ring that they immediately give to like their trainer or whatever before the fight, like at the end of their walk-in. And as I learn more Japanese, I have come to understand that I don't think it's the actual money. I'm sure the money goes into their bank account, but it's got like printouts of everybody's messages that they put in with their little money.
Worst case, if the money is being handed in that envelope, it's like a physical check, that just a singular piece that contains all of it, all the money that's being sent, if they're putting it in there at all.
Yeah, I'm sure it just goes directly into their bank account with your ticket transfer.
Maybe like before electronic transfers, like Venmo and that type of stuff became as good as it is today. Maybe like back in the day, that wasn't the case. It was more like maybe some dude opens an envelope full of cash and like, look at all these fucking fans that I got, and nobody's here for you. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, and some of them are pretty thick envelopes. Like
a lot of notes. That still means that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see. I'll find out today when it gets delivered. But Ogawa had a handwritten note in with, I assume, every ticket he sold. So it wasn't personalized really, but it was handwritten. It wasn't printed.
Thank you for buying a ticket. Can't wait to see, like, I hope I can perform good enough for you at the show. Thank you for supporting me. Signed, Ogawa, the guy who got sparked by Cordina in 2.
Yeah. Well, and I think it might have been like his first fight after that, I believe. So there was a line. It's like, I got knocked out badly last time, but I'm hoping that this starts my way back to another world title. Type thing. Like he basically apologized for losing.
Oh, come on, Kenichi. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go that far.
He also has a joke signature, Kenichi. It took me a while to get it because Ichi is 1. Mm-hmm. So he signs it Ken and the number 1.
Oh, that's good. That's clever.
Yeah, I liked it.
So then the main event, Kazuto Ioka versus Fernando Martinez. This is a title unification, if I'm not mistaken. Kazuto has the WBA, and Martinez has the IBF. So, oh shit, this is the dude that who did he beat? Ancajas. That's right. I forgot about him, and I was at the first Ancajas fight. I was there, and I completely forgot this man existed. I'm sorry, dude.
That's just mean.
I know. Well, I'm going to have to say it's because he's from Argentina. The rivalry will continue. I don't think that's an actual thing, but I'm going to make it one just to cover up my own forgetfulness. But so these two are unifying titles. Bam. We were just saying a second ago, like how much everybody was really trying to push Inoue onto him, and Eddie kept saying it. Like he was the more diplomatic one. He was like, yeah, down the line, that's something that if the brass at Ohashi, if they want to make that happen down the line, we can look at it then. But right now we have other things to take care of. Or Bam has other things that he wants to do. Like he has to deal with the rematch with Estrada, who seems to clearly want it. And so there's that. And then they want to do Kazuto or the Martinez, the winner of that fight. So Robert,
I think that'd be a great fight.
It is a really good fight. Fernando is fucking tough, super tough. The type of heavy, smart pressure that I would say JCC-esque. I'm not gonna say he's at that level, you know what I mean? But that's the type of forward pressure that you're looking at with Martinez.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this fight. I mean, I'm gonna be really sad if Ioka loses, but it should be exciting.
Dr. Weebnada. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll wear that one. I'm okay with that.
Wear it with pride.
Well, and I am a bit of a weeb.
You know what you could do to make yourself really stand out at this the fight between Martinez and Ioka is hold an Argentina flag. He will see you. He will see you. He will acknowledge you.
He'll see you all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You might have some worse to say too.
You're in the Sea of Japan, and there's the one Argentine sun flag. Yep.
That's
in the
true.
middle of nowhere.
Like, wait a minute.
With my Punchburger support T-shirt, that would be a good.
Yeah, either Punchburger support or Chibi Inoue.
Yeah. No, I bought the limited edition T-shirt.
Oh, it's like for the fight.
Yeah, it's specific for the fight. So.
Man, I got an Estrada shirt, and when I was at the event, it's really cool. The back of it is cooler than the front. The front just says Gallo and has a picture of Estrada on it, so pretty standard fare. The back has this really cool, like tribal tattoo, sort of Mexican flag colored rooster. It looks really cool. I'll have to send you guys a picture of it, but I really like it.
Okay.
I like the back of it more than the front. Like when I pointed it out, it's like I want that fucking rooster right there, and they're like, "That's the back of the shirt." Man, why do you guys make stupid shit all the time? Why do you always do this?
Yeah.
And one
boxing shirts tend to be kind of shit.
They had They had two options. It was the regular, print, and then they had one that was bedazzled, and I just did not. I could not. So, like, which one do you want? Like, the not sparkly one, if you could, please.
See, I would get the sparkly one.
And then as I was walking around, like, everyone had the sparkly one, but me.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going to say Mexicans love sparkles.
They do.
Everything's got sequins on it.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the Boxing B-Sides podcast. That conversation that we just cut at gets a lot more interesting. If you want to hear the whole thing, though, you're going to have to go patreon.com/LVXMediaNet. Sign up for either the Boxing for Dummies tier or the Combat Combo if you want the MMA stuff as well. But yeah, if you want to hear all of the details of that, then you're going to have to go over there. Any other questions, comments, concerns about this episode, this podcast, anything on Lux Media? 833-589-7637. You can call or text. It's anonymous either way. If you want to have your hot takes cut into the show, call in, go straight to voicemail. If you are sufficiently funny, then you'll be cut in. But if you're just calling to tell me how much of a casual I am, well, whatever. We'll deal with that when we get there, I suppose. The number is 833 Lux Pods. I spelled it out so that my old ass doesn't forget, and neither will you. If you want to check us out, social media, LVX Media Net, that's the handle everywhere. If you cannot find it, we are not on it. We're most active on Instagram, but keep in mind with all of our social media handles, there are more than just boxing posts or MMA posts. There's a lot of other stuff going on in the broader Lux Media family. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you want to check out some of that other stuff, go to luxmediashows.com. You can have a look around, see what you like, what you don't like, whatever. There's a pretty sweet boxing calendar that I keep up to date. I update it at least once a week. And it has more than just the like the big events, you know what I mean? Pro Box is on there, these random Japanese cards that come up from time to time. So, you know, it's all there. So there you have it. We will be back shortly because next week there's some stuff going on. Pro Box in the middle of the week and some other stuff. So talk to you then.